Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Well, we have a very special guest with us today. Okay, now before I introduce her, I have something to start with. I strongly believe that we should live life in moments, not in days, not in years, nor your schedules that you have every single day. It's our misconception that we are living our lives the way we want. But most of the times, have you ever noticed that every step that we do is usually influenced by others? Only that part which we hide from everyone else and deeply we keep within our heart, and that is our own stories. Now, let me tell you, everyone has a story. Some pour it out, some write it in books, and some are confined to their hearts. Every day, we all need inspiration from time to time, either to overcome our tough times and also to help us to motivate ourselves in whatever we do in a better way. Of course, it has also been proven that the stories are one of the most powerful tool to guide, to inspire, and to teach people. Well, my dear friends, my vision through this channel is to bring those inspiring stories of people from all walks of life who have accomplished so many things in their lives, overcoming definitely plethora of obstacles and challenges. Now, these inspiring stories can motivate people to some extent and create an impact. Well, today, as I already told you, we have a guest who is a perfect example of the quote by Steve Jobs. He says, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." Well, our guest is a perfect example for this quote, which means never stop learning because we all have been gifted with unlimited potential. Now, hold on to your breath. Let me introduce myself. I'm Suma. Well, I have done my master's in software engineering and I have 16 years of corporate experience and multiple MNCs like Sanyo, Robert Bosch, Toshiba, Mindtree, Unisys. I have worked as a process consultant, a corporate trainer, and I'm currently working as a HR business excellence manager. And I'm also pursuing my passion as a public speaking trainer, personality development, and IELTS coach. Well, my vision is to impact people's lives by enabling them to reach their supreme version by enhancing their speaking skills and personality. Coming to my personal front, I am married and I have a wonderful two kids. So, with that, without further ado, let me welcome our esteemed guest for today, Mrs. Nandini Murthy. Nandini, could you please tell hello to everyone?
Namaste.
Namaste, Nandini. Hi. Now, she's a leading consultant nutritionist with a long-standing career in VLCC in hospitals and clinics in Bangalore and Mysore. She was also into teaching, and some of her nutrition-related articles have been published in leading newspapers. She has over 34 years of rich experience in the field of nutrition and wellness. She realized that many patients are diabetic who are from all walks of life, including the highly educated, and they're not completely aware of this particular diabetes. And hence, she has been spreading awareness by delivering talks on obesity and wellness. She offers therapeutic counseling for patients such as corporate professionals and school children. Well, there is a list of accomplishments which our dear guest has in her life. So let me name a few of them. She's an academic council member of Sri Adi Chunchandgiri University. She's a former VP of Indian Dietetic Association, sorry. Currently, she's a treasurer of University of Mysore Alumni Association. She's a former president of Inner Wheel Club of Mysore Midtown, and she has authored 3 books. And last but not the least, she has 1.2 million views in YouTube. Wow, that is something which everyone would love to have. And coming to a personal front, Her husband is retired Professor Murthy, and she's blessed with 2 sons and grandmother of 2 grandchildren. Well, she doesn't look like that. Well, now I would now formally start my interview with our esteemed guest. Mrs. Nandini, could you please start telling about your childhood? Because that's where, everyone starts their roots. So how were you as a child? Could you please tell about it?
Yes. I was born to parents. I feel I'm so blessed and blissful to have a parents who actually nurtured, they nourished, and ultimately what I can say is they bought us very well. And my father was a professor of botany, Professor Shrikantaya, and he was a principal in Yuvarajas College. And my mother was a homemaker, and she is alive. My father is no more. And my father was man of principles. And he always had some structured, and he was well organized, whether it is a dressing sense. Maybe I have taken up from my father how to dress up. He was in a proper attire when he visits any, as a speaker, or when he's going to his institution. He was totally well-dressed man. Maybe that is what I have inculcated from my father as a child. And in fact, I can say it's a legacy, probably. My family is a teaching family. My father was a professor. My brother, my husband, my sister, and my son, everyone are, professors in their own field. And even I was also started my career as a lecturer in Home Science Department, Maharani's College. And somewhere it has taken some U-turn. And amidst, like, because of all the constraints, I became a homemaker in between, and again I restarted my career. But as a child, I was very much interested in painting, sketching, and ikebana, that is flower arrangement, and rangoli, and stamp collection, and so many things and so forth. They say in Kannada, Adu Motada Soppilla. Like, that is what, whatever is there, I want to learn. That was the hunger. That was the, I never used to go to comfort zone as a child. And we were so disciplined. And unlike these days, we were given very limited amount of money to spend. And even to watch movies, my father used to consult others whether this movie is a very good movie. Then he used to send his children to theater. Until unless, without any opinion, he never used to send us to any movie. It can be excursions. Even I have traveled extensively. As a child, even they have encouraged to go to some trips in India. And from school trips and all, I have enjoyed. And as a child, I can remember I had very good friends who really nourished, and they have flourished also now. All my friends are in very good position, and I'm so proud of them also. And I'm blessed that I have such beautiful friends. If I remember, if I go back to nostalgic moments, as a child, had a very good memories. These are the few things which I can share.
Wow, that's so nice. And even I could go back to my childhood when you were explaining the way you told. And what I liked is, you had a teaching family, right? Exactly, your father, your brother, your sister, somewhere that influences us, the environment at home, how we grow up, and the people we have around us really influences us. And yes, you are exactly the perfect example of what I said. Stay hungry, stay foolish. you started learning things right from your childhood. So that is definitely one thing which all of us should keep in mind, that the sooner we start, we can grow that into a very fruitful habit in our life. So yes, we now know what kind of child you were. And now let us know about your education. I know, like, it's been mentioned as MSc in foods and nutrition, executive MBA, diploma in yoga and nature cure. So I you also mentioned that you were housewife for a few years. You took a break. So could you please let me know, like, what made you to choose this food and nutrition, which is something unique?
When I completed my PU,
Mm-hmm.
though I got a seat in engineering, my father insisted. But I was very much assertive those days itself. I said, I don't want to take up any technical thing. I don't want to go to any other subjects. I was so much interested in home science. And those days, my family members used to make fun of me. What, to learn cooking, you have to go and join home science. And that is what I used to hear those days. But currently, this is one of the subject which has got gained so much scope current generation, especially about the wellness part. um, this is something extraordinary. Everyone needs the about foods and nutrition as a subject.
Yes.
I have seen many youngsters who take up, especially females, they study engineering and they discontinue. They don't even go and work also. But instead of all that pursuing other things, home science is something holistic subject, especially for females, because child development is there so that they can take care of their child. And then family relation was there as one of the subject. Textiles and clothing we had. Home management, under that we had time management, energy management, money management. All these I studied during my degree, during the degree. Even when I did my master's, I was supposed to study statistics and physiology, human physiology, biochemistry, almost like medical students. We had to study biochemistry because nutrition is something interconnected to other subjects. So we had to go to medical college to know about the anatomy and microbiology. We had community nutrition, community health. It was so holistic. And these are the subjects actually which are very, very important, where you can something for the family as well as for the society. This will come handy as a subject. Home science is not just one subject, it is a holistic subjects. It's a combination of so many things as such, even organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, then physical chemistry. So many things we studied. I feel I am really proud. Whatever I have taken decision, the decision making, that is a turning point, especially when students go, the trend, always they want medical or engineering.
Yes.
But those days, I decided myself, this is the path which I have to choose. When I took up exams, degree exams, I lost my father amidst exams. I just wrote a one paper and I lost my father in the month of April. And then I felt somewhere my father wanted me to go to CFTRI. You have to study well. I want you to become scientist. And all that was the desire for my father. And somehow I got through. I got a very good marks. And those days there were not as that was not a donation seat. We had hardly some 10 seats in during masters. Like we got merit seat, and there also I secured a subject scholarship, and for academician children, like we got a scholarship, and we never burdened up. Especially myself, I can boast myself. I never burdened my parent by paying the fees. I paid my fees. I paid my fees with my scholarship. And these are the small things which I definitely, I when I look back, I feel so proud about myself. And when I was doing my master's, I learned music also. I was a disciple of H.R. Lilavati madam. She was AIR artist, and she gave me such a beautiful opportunity those days to speak about Raksha Bandhan, which is approaching now, or even untouchability. All that, she used to give us the script, and even I sang song about light music. And even during high school, like, I got very good teacher by name Srinivasa Bhattacharya. He used to cycle from Vidyaranyapuram till the Srinivasa temple.
Okay.
Every day he used to cycle. At the age of 70, he used to cycle every day, and he used to come and teach. I learned all that Suprabhata, that Mukundamale, those days. I was throughout Sanskrit student. I learned classical music and Veena, instrumental, and I was very good singer also. I used to participate in all singing competition those days. This was like a hobby. And these are the things which I have achieved. It's a hobby as a talent, like a skill. I have done it.
Wow, it's so nice to know that, I'm also making notes parallelly, to, yes, Nandini, you rightly said that, when parents make a decision for their children, especially 2 decades back, it was only engineering or medical, the two hottest, the areas which the parents would want the children to take up. And even I was one among them, where my mother wanted me to do medical, but I would literally faint when I would look at the blood, so that's the reason I forced myself not medical. And she told, okay, I want you to have the doctor in, front of you, so at least go for dental. I told, no, please. So that's when even I put my foot forward and I took up engineering. And what I liked is, you said you paid your fees, by doing uh, scholarship, right? You got scholarship and
Yes.
you paid the fees.
The power of belief system was so strong that those days itself, like, I should not be a dependent person to anyone. Even after marriage also, I should be on my own.
Yes.
Like a self-made woman, I designed myself as such.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's very nice. And yes, and also you also told what are those other activities, extracurricular activities wherein you were involved. You also know singing and you would take part, because what would happen is, like, people get into engineering, medical, or any kind of subject, they tend to just be very addicted to studies and they forget the outside, extracurricular activities. And sometimes we forget that we might make a profession in our, one of the extracurricular activities which we are very much interested. That is, we have seen so many examples. Well, so now we got to know about your education. I was very curious to know what made Nandini to take up food and nutrition. And now I see it has so many things: home management, money management, family. Oh my God, which we usually get experienced only after we get married and, get into this family life. Very nice.
Thank you.
Okay, so after that, could you please let us know about your first job? Because all of us never forget our first job, right?
Yes.
So throw some light on your first job.
Yes, actually, I had delivered my first baby, Nakul, and baby was just 2 months. And there was some opening as a part-time lecturer in Maharani Science College. And I felt, yes, I need to have some experience. I can't waste my time. So normally I used to feed my baby and, match up the timing. When my baby was just two months, I started working, and then my mother used to be so supportive those days. And she's like a pillar of my family. She has been always here until today. She has been supportive in all the aspects. I always say, Nammamma, Nammammane, Innella Summane. That is what I can say. So she's been there always as a pillar, as a backbone, as a supportive. And I used to work as a part-time lecturer in Maharani's Science College. And that was my first job, though I had to discontinue because I had to rush back to Bangalore all of a sudden when my mother-in-law became paralyzed. I had to discontinue my job in 92. Till 92, I was working as a part-time lecturer. Then I had to discontinue. Till 98, I was just homemaker. I was taking care of, I was a full-time homemaker, taking care of my children and my mother-in-law because she became bedridden as such. And my husband was the only child. And I felt if I get a job, I will get even later also if there's such a goodwill. That was the confidence which I developed. And I felt this is need of the hour, where this is very important. My attention is required. So I immediately went back and settled in Bangalore from 92 in the year 1992. I was in Bangalore. I stayed in Bangalore for 15 long years. And I was working as a consultant, as a nutrition consultant in various hospitals and clinic. And that has given a lot of exposure. And I became a diabetic educator. And I worked in one Sudha Prevention Center in Chamrajpet. And that was the first job in Bangalore again. And one Dr. Arun Badwi, he actually nourished my thought process so well. And I was so confident to handle every patient, to do all the diet compliance. He used to give a lot of books to read. Every day you have to be mentally equipped. You have to read this. Everything was like all the nutritional aspect. I started reading and reading, and that has given so much confidence. I started giving education to patient, which is lacking. That is the biggest lacuna in India. They have to give this education to patient because they don't know how to take up the medicine, how to take up, how much to go for walk, or what kind of food to be taken, the quality wise or the quantity wise, and all that. I used to have this everyday patient education for diabetic patient. There was like diabetic profile or a hypertensive profile. And after seeing the report, we had to give the counseling, dietary counseling. This was my first job. Then later, I got a job in Valley School on Kanakpura Road. I worked as a nutrition lecturer there also for PU students. And that was a place where I was totally transformed. I don't know whether you have heard of Jiddu Krishnamurthy, J. Krishnamurthy Foundation. All Valley schools are in the name of J. Krishnamurthy Foundation. And in Andhra, it is Rishi Valley. So here the Valley School is there. And that place has transformed so much because I was reading a lot of philosophical books also. And I went into a different dimension after going to Valley School. I feel there is some biggest transformation has taken place. I started growing inwardly.
Okay.
So these are the few things which I can share it. And after that, I started working in DG Hospital, that is Devegowda Hospital, as a consultant nutritionist. And that has also that has given a rich experience working there. And later I joined a multinational company. Yes.
Okay. Wow. So that was very nice to know that, your journey started with first job, and then comes your responsibilities and commitment. So that is the powerful, attribute of a woman, like we pitch into the needs of the family as well as suppressing our, the want of growing in career that I have seen in many people, wherein it will be the very peak of their career and they will be growing, they'll be they will have so much of aim. Okay, fine, next is this is what I want to do. But then suddenly there is a family commitment which pulls you and you'll have to be. And I really, hats off to you, Nandini, because
thank you. We have to, as a women of substance, like we have to balance like an acrobat.
Exactly, yes.
Between the family and the workplace, we can't bring all the tension, whatever has happened in the workplace to home, or whatever has happened at home, we can't take up that feelings to workplace. We should not jumble up. We have to leave everything at home and then sit quietly with a calm and with calm mind, we can handle a lot of things so efficiently and effectively.
Yes. Very well said. And also you told that, the places wherein you have worked as a nutrition counselor, consultant, which has transformed you, inwardly. I really love that word inwardly, because we always look for outward transformation, okay, how thin I am, how fat I am, the way I should dress in. But somewhere we should also give attention and focus to our inward introspection. Yes.
Introspection is very important.
Very important. Yes. And certain things in our life do bring the transformation. And happy to know that, you remembered certain places. You still tell that, okay, I'm very grateful because I had my transformation over here. Yes. And one more interesting thing is, you're very soon you're pursuing your PhD, right? And very soon you'll be having Dr. Nandini. And so let me know about your doctorate journey. What triggered you to go after this? In spite of doing so many other things, what made you to pursue this?
I feel a lot of people have achieved even after 50 plus. So age is just a matter of numbers. So I feel it is, we can achieve at any age. Like for example, KFC, Kentucky Chicken, they all have achieved after 50 only. So I keep reading a lot of inspiring stories. And for example, I was reading in my father's library at home. I happened to check one book called Kittel. Kittel, he is from Germany. Being a German, he visits Karnataka. He travels length and breadth across the Karnataka state.
Okay.
And he lives in Mangalore. He lived in Mangalore, and then he starts writing a dictionary from Kannada to English dictionary. I don't know whether even many of the current generation heard about him or not. In 1894, he's Dr. F. Kittel. I think his name is Ferdinand Kittel. He almost wrote 70,000 words.
Oh, okay.
70,000 words and 1752 pages. 1752 pages.
Oh.
And he actually, why? He's from Germany. But what was the passion? This is called the labor of love. My father used to always say the dignity of labor is very important. Whatever you do it with compassion and passion, and you will achieve that. So that is what I feel. Being that a German missionary, he became a lexicographer, or what do you call? Yeah, lexicographer. He writes the dictionary from Kannada to English. Many Kannadigas have to know about this person. I don't know, near MG Road, there is a small park where his idol has been kept. Kittel's idol is there. I think all Kannadigas have to visit this place to at least to show the, as a mark of respect and gratitude. Everyone should visit this place, I feel. So like this, people have inspired me a lot. And what was that burning desire inside to follow their instinct? That is what I feel. Even we should set an example to others. So age should not be a matter at all. It should not come in between. Many people say, hey, why are you working still till today? You can become aram. You can spend time now. We have worked a lot. I feel You have to be engaged. See, there is a lot of difference between a busy and engagement. A busy person can do a lot of things. A busy person can make a lot of things without saying that I am busy. Because if you are planning properly, God has given 24 hours. Out of 24 hours, I always say during my speech, 8 hours sleep, 8 hours activity, and 8 hours non-activity. So that is how you can structure yourself. Every day I write my priorities. What is first thing I have to do? I have my own priorities. And I put 1, 2, 3 list and I start executing. When there is too many things are happening in my mind, then it starts juggling and jumbling, everything happens. So I felt I write my timetable and do it accordingly.
Wow. That's very inspiring. Well, maybe I have one thought running at the back of my mind. Yes, now it's time for you to also look into the possible ways of, because somewhere I have that, okay, I should do my doctorate and in the area which I like. And you rightly mentioned that age is just a number. I absolutely, there is no second word with that. Because, yeah, he invented KFC at the age of 65. Can you believe it? I mean, now by the time we reach 50, like people like, okay, fine, now it's time to retire. Now we'll have to visit that place, this place. But there's so many people who have invented, who are successful beyond 50 years. And definitely, yes, very rightly said. And to do anything, the one word which you mentioned was the burning desire. You should have that one. If you have that burning desire, you can do anything. Just go out of your comfort zone, try new things, have the desire to pursue your passion. Because somewhere we feel that during our deathbed, we should not regret, oh, I should have done that. I should have not listened to anyone. I should have pursued my passion. So let us not give chance to that, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay. So you also run a clinic, Nandini's Care and Cure Clinic, right? Now, how did this happen, Nandini? When did this happen? Could you please let us know?
Actually, maybe 2 years back, I got a call to go to YouTube channel for an interview. And I was talking about all the wellness aspects. So for me, it should be something holistic. And there was totally about 1.2 million views. And I got a lot of calls. And I felt I have to keep a separate clinic for them to see them one-to-one. I don't know how much you can believe. I have clients in Dubai, in US. I have both global and local clients. And I transformed them with my abilities, whatever the God has given me, the best of best abilities. I have transformed them. I have reversed diabetes. And even everyone comes with I always ask them the medical reports and make sure that I will try to help them by, showing the transformation, the success stories. I want to keep adding many more success stories. So what I did for my patient, it should not be only about the diet and exercise part. I started learning mudras. I learned when I was working for VLCC, a multinational company. I started learning even acupressure, magnet therapy, color therapy, and auricular therapy, that is treating here in the ears, auricular therapy, then alternative therapies. So all these are sounding like drugless therapies. Without drugs, a person can actually heal. So even I teach chakra meditation to my patients. So as per that, all these are spiritual signs. If you observe, WHO health definition is, it's a state of physical, mental, social, psychological, and WHO added spiritual also. Couple of years back, they added spiritual also. So I ensure that for my patients, they have to be given 360 degrees approach. It is not only about the diet and exercise. They have to start chanting some bija mantra. By chanting that, the healing starts taking place. Lot of things are insidious in the body and it can be healed, I feel. And I have my own way of approach to my patients. I study their Vata, Pitta, Kapha, the three doshas in Ayurveda. And based on that, I give Ayurvedic diet also. If they have too much of Pitta, I have to give Pitta pacifying diets. And I combine and see the report if they have any shortfall. I meet thyroid, hormonal imbalance, then hypertension, heart diseases, and PCOD is rampantly increasing. Almost 5 to 6 cases I'm observing these days, especially for adolescent girls who are suffering. And I felt I have to give in my own unique way, I want to holistic approach should be given to my patients. I teach them mudras also. And from University of Mysore, during COVID, they organized online color therapy. So even that is there in the YouTube, the color therapy for well-being. So all these things are, people have to go back to their roots and start learning, unlearn and learn. Both things are so important, which is, all these are ancient techniques. These are all not new modalities. These are all our old modalities where we can start building up confidence in patients, and you can reduce the medication. My mantra is like medication to meditation.
Okay.
Right? So I teach them so many things. I spend a lot of time for my patients. I cannot do it within just 5-10 minutes. I cannot. I require at least 1 hour for one patient. Okay. So I can only see maximum 5 or 6 maximum patients. To that extent, I limit myself, because when to whomever I approach, they have to be given fullest attention. My effort should not go failed. I try to change their mindset to heart set, and they start believing.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, so viewers, Nandini's Care and Cure Clinic is something which all of you should go and visit and make use of the service, because yes, all of our lifestyle currently is in such a way that like we are unaware of certain things which are very simple, which is very rooted, like we feel that, oh, can this help me to solve? But yes,
yes, because there are many causes of chronic illness actually, like faulty food habits as such, and even the wrong habits and eating wrong substances and the wrong foods is going to be disturbed as such. And so I just want to know, even being educated and cultured, why are we so stupid? Why are we lazy? When we know if we do this, we can achieve. God has given 100 years lifespan to everyone. Yes. When Japanese can live from 120 to 140 years, they die only after 120. They find any ailment only after 80 years. That is only because they have taken up all God-made food. They reduce the man-made food. So problem is that we have been misguided. That's it. So how long and why we are so ignorant? Being, studying so much, I'm doing my diet. Everyone talks about diet. Everyone talks about the weight, which is a weighty issue. And they don't understand whoever is looking little obese also, they think, oh, why are you putting on weight? See, all these are body shaming things they should not discuss in a group. Especially, this is one alert I can give it to women folks. They should never talk about the weight part.
Yes.
They don't know the actual meaning of weight. I can cite example of D.V. Gundappa always. He lived so long. He was 90 plus and he lived so long. And current generation, they are dying at a very early stage.
Yeah.
So there is lot of difference. It's not just about the weight part. It is about the fat. You should fight fat to keep fit. And people are having lot of misnomer and they have to tackle the fat. To keep fit, they have to have the fat reduction, not the weight reduction as such. If you observe an athlete, he is also looks massive. He's having huge muscle mass. The skeletal muscle mass is so good. So this is where they have to reduce the fat reduction. But they think, oh, why have you put on weight? It is so embarrassing for a lady who is already obese.
Yeah.
It is not required to talk about it. If you want to know, I mean, you can actually give some compliments, but not putting down someone, which is a very, very bad habit. And this is, I don't know, it is deliberately done or what, which I don't appreciate these things. The discussion keeps happening on and off.
Yes, even I have seen, like wherever, it's a function or family gathering, or the first thing is, oh, you have grown fat, or you have gone down, you have put down weight. Something, the first thing which is obvious and which they comment is on our weight.
No, being anorexic also has become so trendy these days. Yes. I don't know what is happening in their body. It is like not too underweight or too excess weight is definitely not advisable.
True.
Ultimately, it is your health and wellness which matters a lot. True. It is not about the weight part as such. Many people are lean individuals who have a lot of suffering. I have seen a lot of underweight people come with a lot of issues. Their immunity is so low as such. Yes. At the same time, with morbid obese, even their immunity is so low. And we all have seen the COVID situation. During pandemic, it was only either underweight or the excess weight, the immunity went down. Only those people suffered from COVID situation. True. So what is the right thing to do to build up our immunity, to improve our wellness quotient? That is very, very important, I feel.
True. So I would, there are a lot of things which we have to know. And the one thing you mentioned was drugless therapy, which is so interesting and nice to know. I would request the viewers to please make use of this. And even I would want to visit and see what is that which I can take help from Nandini. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the books that you have authored. So could you please, you have authored 3 books, right? So what are those books?
Yes, The Health Mantras of Diabetes. Since I worked with a diabetologist for so long in Bangalore, and I felt I have to make sure that I have to give a lot of awareness. ABC are not just starting alphabets. I would say aware, beware, and care.
Wow.
So that is what I would say. So I felt I have to be a change maker, and it is my responsibility. This is a gift from my God, and I should give back to the society. And somewhere, first thing was my new baby was the Health Mantras of Diabetes. And then I felt for my Karnataka people, the Madhumeha Margadarshi Sutragalu should be something easily reachable. Now, whoever comes to me, to my patients, I give away. Even the Rotary Lions Club, they take out these books in bulk and they distribute to all the members during their, when they have all the interaction sessions, all that. And during COVID time, I had little more time for myself. And then I started one more book. Like I was reading so many recipe books. I felt, why not write down some quality wise? Suppose if you're eating one puliyogre or a bisibele bath, or you're eating any fried stuff, you should know how much calorie is present there, how much fat is there, what is the protein value in that recipe. So what I did with the cooked recipes, I started calculating all the nutritive value of that recipe. At least some idea. It should be like a must and should be kept in the kitchen corner. So I felt the name should have been Kitchen Corner Nalli Arogya. So, but later on, our from Kannada department, Dr. Y.D. Rajana named that book as Angayalli Antapura. This one was like a very good book.
Okay.
So I felt that this is also a nice book, and it is coming very handy for everyone.
Okay.
And it is available in Sapna Book House. And this will not stop. Whenever the need arises, I think I go and give my talk in most of the clubs like ATI institution.
Okay.
Or recently I went to VC Farm Mandya. I spoke on that is Tambaku Rahita Dina.
Okay.
That is no smoking day. No tobacco day.
Okay.
That day I also this time there was a beautiful caption called Namage Ahara Beku Tambaku Allah, something like that.
Yeah.
So like this, the people keep calling, and I try to make my own notes, whether it is eye camp or a breastfeeding for pregnant mothers, for lactation mothers, or for the schools. I was a wellness consultant in Z schools in Bangalore. I was associated with those schools. They are all top 20 schools, one of the top 20 schools. And they had wellness clinic in the school itself. And I've given a lot of wellness talk, awareness talk to parents, teachers, children, in banks, in colleges, in universities. So anywhere, wherever is required, I try to give a lot of awareness and motivational talk. Yeah.
That's wonderful, So I would like to take this back. A, B, C. Aware, beware, and cautious, right?
And care.
Care. Okay. Care. Fine.
Yeah.
And also keeping tab on calories, we know that, eating this will have a lot of calories, but still we are human beings, we can't avoid a temptation to eat, but still, yes, somewhere our mind should be stronger than and we should take decisions which will help us to stay fit. Well,
see, these days either they don't eat well or they don't burn properly.
Yes. Till now, we have heard about our guests. Where is she from? What has she done? What are her key achievements till now? And what has inspired her to do so many things in life that we have heard just now. Right from starting off with foods and nutrition, and joining her career in VLCC, becoming a wellness coach. Well, there are so many other things which you need to know from Nandini. Well, Nandini, could you please let us know about this mantras for diabetes management? This was very much interesting for me, and I felt that our audience needs to know much about this so that they can make the maximum out of this. So could you please throw some light on this?
Yeah, this is way back in 1998. I started my career as a patient educator, and I was working with the diabetic patients, and I must have seen more than 1 lakh in all these years. And with that experience, I felt every day I was taking their anthropometric measurements. Whoever used to come for diet compliance was to check up their diabetic profile. And I felt every time I was doing this, why not write a book for them? And so that it should be like a guide. It should be like one, like in mathematics, we use logarithm table every time. So that there should not be confusion. There is huge confusion. Today it's like WhatsApp University has started. each one getting carried away with whatever. It's all said and done. Whatever, when we say, they try to try to surpass and suppress probably, and they don't know exactly what we are telling, and whatever they have seen in WhatsApp, they get carried away. So I felt there should not be any kind of confusion. Even the so-called educated and cultured class were doing some grave mistakes, being a diabetic. So I felt there should be something to emphasize on, to improvise diabetic quotient. So in the newspaper, in fact, in Star of Mysore, I wrote an article saying 4 mantras. That is menu, M for menu, that is about food, food habits. Then miles, how far they go for walking, miles. Then medicine, what kind of medicine they take. I have seen taking, some patients taking medicine without giving any gap. It has to get activated. The insulin must be activated at least half an hour before. No, they'll take it up immediately and they'll start off with a breakfast or whatever. So this is such a wrong thing to do. And their blood sugars always, there will be varying with all these simple mistakes. And felt even the monitoring also, when once they will be taking medication continuously, and they must have come to normal also, or it might have gone to low sugar also sometime. They feel giddy also sometime, and they have to keep monitoring. So I felt this 4M, that is mantras. 4M is menu, miles, medicine, and monitoring. All four things are really important for them. So I gave a gist like this, and they started following. Wow. And their sugars were under control. And this book, actually, it was my long dream, where I was like, I executed only after leaving a multinational company. When I was working for that, company, I was unable to concentrate on my writing skills. But otherwise, in few years ago, I used to write regularly in newspaper like Deccan Herald, then Star of Mysore, Mysore Mitra, both in English and Kannada. I used to write a lot of nutrition related articles and wellness also. I have written articles on Mudra also in Kannada, Kannada magazine. So likewise, I was developing my writing skills and oratory. I just love to give counseling. I love to be among the people, and I enjoy that. Ultimately, I left my job because of all the kind of pressure what I was facing. So my keyword is for everyone, especially for career women, you have to work with pleasure, not under pressure. The time you are steaming up inside, everything is bottled up, and you start, creating your own stress. And biologically, in term, we say it's oxidative stress. When the body becomes acidic, then we start experiencing a lot of degenerative diseases like diabetes, hypertension, all stress related, like depression. All these are definitely, it will take a toll on us. So this was need of the hour. Like, I went on seeing a lot of books, but I felt nutritionist must and should write something for the welfare of the patients. So diet is a cornerstone, and lifestyle is so important. How to regulate their blood sugar level is so important. Otherwise, they end up with a lot of complications, diabetic complications. You must have seen how they suffer from eye disorder. All of a sudden, that blindness happens, or it can be heart related problem, or nephropathy, even kidney related, or nerves. So all these are definitely, it will damage the blood vessels. So I felt, yes, somewhere prevention is better than cure. So yes. So felt this was need of the hour. In 2016, when I left my job, I felt I immediately took up this work and started executing this. Wow.
It's so nice to know that you have not wasted, like you took a break, you quit the job, but still you kept on doing something. And yes, mantras for diabetes management is something which is so useful for people, and the service that we do for others is something which we get, the satisfaction we get is more precious than any materialistic thing. And I take away
I
this.
feel, sorry to interrupt, I feel we have taken so many things from society.
Yes.
And I feel this is the right time to give back.
Give back.
We have to give our, in our own way, we have to contribute to make some societal changes. So not everything always to become materialistic. So I have conducted a lot of classes for school children. I go and give my talk, awareness talk everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very nice. So I think the audience will be taking back this menu 4 M's. That is the menu, miles, medicine, and monitoring. And it has got such a meaningful flow, right? Right from the food, exercise, it has got planning, and it has got medicine. So all of us, I think we can take back this and implement. It's not just taking back, but we have to implement this in our lifestyles. And yes, Nandini ma'am, I mean, whatever you said, like people don't take the medication in the right way. And the guidance that you have given through this particular book is something very good, and people and society should be thankful to you for this wonderful job. Well, moving on to, yes, you have told the lifestyle changes that the people should keep in mind and also take, so that we keep away this diabetes. And even if we have got, it's not something alarming. It's everything is in our hands. We can also reverse it back by taking care of the lifestyle, because
Yes.
many people I have heard is they panic, and because of this panicking itself, they develop the stress, and they keep that, I have got something that no one has got. What sin I have done in my previous life. All these things even I have heard from people, like, oh, I have got sugar.
I have written one sentence I would like to share at this time. If only you can go through difficult times with inner grace, you will see that every situation we face is an opportunity to enhance our lives.
Exactly. Yes. So that is the mindset that we have to develop. Just because we get some difficulties or obstacles in front of us, we should not, take it in a wrong way and try to make it still bigger and worse.
Yeah. To this context, actually, I feel I can remember one more quotation, like Lord Rama. Rama is not just worshipped because his life was perfect. What makes him a superstar is how he responded to give situation in the best possible ways. Means at given situation, we should not react. We should only act. Sometimes you have to maintain diplomatic silence. We all have the chemicals inside our body. So especially during stressful situations, since diabetes is also increasing because of the stress, even driving, for men, driving itself is a stress. For women, cooking and maintaining and excelling for her child to get good marks, even that is also a pressure. Lot of pressure is happening, and nobody is actually so calm and peaceful.
Yes.
So I want everyone to lead a purposeful life and peaceful life. That's it.
Very well said. Yes. Moving on, till now, whatever we have got to know about you, right from your academics, your school days, college days, your career, and currently whatever you're pursuing, definitely you would have overcome a lot of challenges, because yes, challenges are bound to be there in front of you if you want to achieve something great. So if you can let us know some key challenges which all of us might get some insights. Okay, fine, yes, we can do something and we can overcome the challenges. Could you please let us know anything of such sort?
Life is like a game of chess, I feel. The powerful piece is queen.
Yes.
You have to keep learning, and you have to change, you have to play, and you have to design your lifestyle. You have to the way we all try to select clothes, whatever is suitable for us. Similarly, always it is way behind finite creation. So we need to do justice to our lifestyle. This is one life. We cannot rewind again. And you're the best thing that happened in your life. So there will be never other you. That is it. So you need to recognize. You need to recognize what are the shortfalls, what are the loopholes where I have to analyze. Like SWOT analysis is there. So I have to check out what is my strength, what is my weakness, what are the opportunities, and where I get a threat. Like you can see some toxic people around you. You have to maintain some mental distance as such. So you can get some vibes at least, and you can definitely be far from them. That's it. You don't have to argue with them. You don't have to. Just diplomatic silence also helps a lot. Being silent. Silence speaks a lot, I feel.
Yes.
So these are the certain things like this is, I feel this will be wonderful. I want to be a better version of myself than any other. I don't want to compete with anyone. I never compete with any women or anyone. I want to compete with myself. I want to see, now it is 2003. By 2030, where I should be, where I should stand. What are my goals? What are my values and the achievements? That is what I try to do it. I write it always. And in my book, I have a lot of diary books. I keep looking, I just go back and take out all the diaries and start rewinding and rewinding and rewinding. And so that I can keep doing some resolution somewhere if I have, done any blunders, so that I should not do the same blunder again.
Exactly.
We have to make mistakes, but we should not do the same mistake again, repeat it. But mistakes are actually a lesson to be learned. They say, no, it is like bleed less in war.
Yeah.
Because you see, you have to make practice, sweat more in practice, they say. So that is what I have inculcated as such. And challenges are like every time you need to maintain your emotions, the positive emotions, and as per the situation, you have to carry your own positive mental attitude without affecting yourself. You have to be neutral sometimes. You have to calm down as such. So otherwise, we are going to hurt ourselves ultimately. So if at all, whatever see, there is one beautiful line which I appreciate, Suma. Graveyard is full of indispensable people. It's pure indulgence. It's like sacrifices are like Christmas gift, they say. That is what I read in that book. That line has touched me a lot. And we should do something. We should, whatever the best of best. We are all gifted. So we have to help. And wherever there is a need, without even asking, we have to go and help them. Exactly. It is not the approach. Before they could ask anything, we have to analyze and go and help them, support them. And at that, we need not have to tell anyone what we are doing it. Yeah. It is our Satvika movement, what we have to do it. That is what over a period of time I've been doing. And I don't want to show off as such anything to the world, what I'm doing. Even I don't want my family also to know what I'm doing for my charity work as such. So all these are very, very important. And I feel you're responsible for your own entertainment. That is it.
Yes, very right. And I believe that, the only person with whom you have to compare yourself is you, the version of you which you were yesterday. And that is the comparison that all of us should go ahead. And you sounded like a perfect wellness coach when you said all these things. Yes.
You wonder of all wonders.
Okay, fine. Moving on. Well, I also came across that you have also participated in a beauty pageant, right? So can you let us know something about that?
Yeah. Actually, I just gave a try. That was laid back in 2007. I participated in Srimati Karnataka from ZTV, and I was awarded Srimati Minugutare. And even in golf club, I was awarded Mrs. Golf. And during the COVID also, I was awarded, you know, lot of titles were there. Right now I can't remember that, but I was awarded one title, Miss Unique. Yeah, Mrs. Unique, correct. Mrs. Unique was the title which was given to me during the COVID. It was like online pageant, so even that also I participated. And of course, my hobby is singing and all that. I'll be doing it.
Yeah, but I saw a wonderful, beautiful pic of yours on the net. So, and it was like, I was like, just had to look at that not once, but so, I mean, it's really nice to also give water to our other activities, you know, like it's not that only work or family, like we have to pursue our other activities which we have in life. And I see that you are also doing those things, you know, you singing, you're pursuing your hobbies, you're singing, participating in other curricular activities. Yes, that is something which is an excellent thing. Well, okay, now I think we have got so much of information from you, Nandini, and definitely going forward, based on the audience request, I would love to have a detailed one-on-one discussion coming to your clinic, and so that people also have a look at your clinic and also have something, a topic which most of the audience wants to know from you. So I would love to have that in the next session. So before we wind up, could you please give the audience a one piece of advice that you know, like all of us have dreams to pursue in front of us. So what is that from you with your experience, you know, rich experience, I can tell. If you can give us one piece of advice to take away from this talk.
Self-confidence, which is lacking everywhere. If you ask women to come up with something, they feel so shy, they are little introvert and all that. I feel self-confidence develops only when you do what you have never done before.
True.
I feel like that. So you should do what you don't like. I'll be telling my patients, okay, you don't like to go for walk, you should do that. Because you didn't like it, you have to do that. So something you have to build up. I live to look up myself. So like that. That should be like a tagline. And what is my next transformation? How I should be? How much you have to? This is my advice actually. Normally, I tell this to all my patients. You go to construct house, you buy jewels, you buy saris or whatever, all kind of materialistic things, you do it. But what about for yourself? Have you put an effort to know what is happening inside our body?
True.
So when I was working as a diabetic educator, I used to ask one question: have you done master health checkup? So at least if you know at the early stage, you can actually correct. Lot of corrections can be done. It is not just about the weight part, but also the status of kidney or liver or heart, pancreas, all that. It will give complete values, and you can work on that and be healthy always. So it is you will not get all of a sudden you don't become sick. This is because over a period of time, we have been doing a lot of blunders. So they say, okay, smoking is a bad habit, or drinking, the alcohol is bad habit for the, all these are different things. But you say all these are abuse, right? But what about the wrong food when you are putting into the mouth? At least you should have that capacity to burn. If you have eaten, you should burn it off. But if you are just hogging, and that is also abuse, right? Eating wrong food is also an abuse. So I feel this body is one life. We can't rewind again and again. And this is not dustbin. This is not garbage to put whatever given. I want every individual to know what is good and what is bad for their body. You wear a dress, you say, oh, this dress is suitable for me. Similarly, why don't they customize or personalize the food which is suitable for them?
Yes.
Which is going to give nutritive value with lot of nourishment. So for their development without being sick, which is very, very important. Like everyone, when once they cross 50, 40, some ailment is happening. So why don't we correct now and then and there itself? I always appreciate this mantra, Suma. Anayasena maranam, vina dainyena jivanam, dehante tava sanidhyam, dehi me parameshwaram. This is one thing. They say in front of God, you don't have to just, you keep gazing at the God. That's it. When you come back out, you sit for some time, close your eyes, you have to do the smaran. You have to think of that God and chant this powerful mantra. Anayasena maranam is painful death, painless death. Painless. No suffering at all. And don't be dependent on others. That is vinaya dainyena jivanam. The lifestyle means the dinacharya should be excellent. We have to plan it, what I'm supposed to do in the morning, afternoon. You can divide yourself. So my tip is actually three things which I can give a tip. What I follow. Okay. SMC. SMC. S is your self. Then M is money. And C is your connectivity. Okay. What is it? Give up goal or go up goal? So I always depend like this. So self, how much time did you give for yourself? That is yourself. Then money. Okay. How much did you earn for yourself? That is also very, very important. Something important, yes. Yes, money is equally important. I love money. I love the smell of the money. Yes. That is how, I would say that, even the relationship, everything comes in the self. Then money. And last thing is connectivity. How you connect to people. That's very, very important. It's like Jana Balavo, Hana Balavo. I would say, yeah, you need to have a lot of good people around you, surrounded by you. So I feel I'm blessed and I have very good collection of friends who are like, I don't know how the time flies. Those are all real, they give beautiful moments, which I can cherish, like a pristine purity or whatever. I have such friends, even during walking and, sometimes we play a lot of things like cards or occasionally. All these, really, it will be rejuvenated. Our mind, we have to exercise. People, when they get old, okay, they can't just rely on one thing. They need a lot of connection. They need that social health is so important as and when we are aging. And one thing we have to keep learning, something new, which we don't know. Maybe you want to learn Russian language, please go and learn. So that will help us to build up new energy in the brain, actually. You can make active. The mental gym is very, very important. The brain gym is very important. People, yes, they go for gym or yoga, walking, all that they do it. But what about the brain gym? They have to exercise their brain. So they have to keep reading something new, so that they don't have any kind of lackadaisical attitude towards lifestyle. True. Yes. Thank you so much for your valuable inputs for all of us. Today morning also, I was listening to a podcast because I put on to podcast and listen to when I am having a walk, so that I should utilize that time to learn something. So I came across telling that learning something new is a way of reducing your age, like
because it keeps generating that neurons, new neurons.
Yes.
Yeah, neurobics. It's called as neurobics.
Yeah.
Wherein, so that's the reason people who learn keep learning, irrespective of the age. They remain young at heart and also physically. So that is something which came to my mind when you spoke about that. So thank you so much, Nandini, for your time, taking out your time in your busy schedule. I know you have a lot of things, you have patients to attend, you're pursuing your PhD, your family time, and also taking out time for the for our audience, for the society. I would like to really appreciate you for that. So, my dear viewers, this episode was just an icebreaker, of our esteemed guest, Nandini Murthy. We have lots of more information to come, and I promise that I will set up a schedule with ma'am, and we will please post in the relevant topics which you would want to hear from Nandini, so that we can have a detailed session. It could be related to knowing more about diabetics or lifestyle modification to avoid this lifestyle diseases. And
color therapy, magnetic therapy, all that.
So many things.
Mudras.
True. So
yoga relevant to the particular condition, therapeutic condition.
Yes.
All that we can share it.
Yeah. Yes. So that's very nice, because sharing our knowledge, sharing our information to the other people always is a noble cause, and we get a lot of satisfaction from that. And that is what Nandini has done to all of us. And I request each one of the viewers to like and subscribe to this video, whatever I'll be uploading to the channel, and keep waiting for the next upcoming episodes. And one message that I would like to leave to all of you is, find out that hidden part of you, because I mentioned that during my initial introduction. We all hide so many things within us, and we try to get influenced by other people, what other people want, what my family want, what my relatives want. But what is that you truly want? Because we all have been gifted with such a wonderful life. Live your life. Don't let your dreams die within you, because trust me, your struggle, your fight, everything is worth taking a risk in front of you. And definitely this one-time gift what God has given. So come on, my dear audience, grab your dreams, enjoy your mistakes, because it's always said that mistakes are something which is the pillars for success. So always try to have a smile, laugh, and finally you'll be able to live the life that you want. So once again, I would like to thank my dear guest, Nandini Murthy. Thank you so much once again, and let's end the show. Thank you so much.
I thank Sumanil for giving me an opportunity to share my views, length and breadth, whatever with my rich experiences in my life, whatever I have gone through. Hope it will be a few set an example to someone, at least, so that they can design their lifestyle.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Bye.